Plenty of ground to cover in this Sunday video report. I've got a free baseball selection coming your way in just a moment, plus my thoughts on game number 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the Spurs and the Grizzlies. 3 big promotions coming up today, plus among them the charity play of the week. But first, you know, the Billboard Music Awards are going to be televised. Tim McGraw has a big concert special going on. I just want to take a moment to talk about music because, guys, it doesn't matter whether you turn on AM, FM, satellite radio, everywhere you go, you hear this guy, Pitbull. Yes, listen to Jennifer Lopez's newest single, Pitbull's on it. Listen to Christina Aguilera's comeback single, Pitbull is on it. I'm telling you, if Peter, Paul, and Mary came out with a song next week, Pitbull would be on it. But here's the thing that I want you to ponder today, Sunday, May 19th. And this is going to blow your mind, guys. This is Chris Jordan. Take a look at the pictures, guys. I have known Chris Jordan for 25 years. I have never seen Chris Jordan and Pitbull in the room together at the same time. Pitbull, Chris Jordan. I know. It's amazing, isn't it? You got to wonder where I come up with this crap some days. I got to tell you, I don't even know what I'm going to say. 99% of the time when I turn, hell, almost 100% of the time I don't know what I'm going to say. There is no teleprompter here. There is no scripts. This is all off the top of my head. I've done 1,003 videos the past 3.5 years. I was inspired at 5 o'clock this morning. Pitbull, Chris Jordan. I mean, that is effing scary, isn't it? Okay, guys, let's get to the good stuff today. Now back to gambling. I don't even know if I can continue with this report. Okay, your first promotion today. Save $36 off the purchase of a single handicapper today. You make the call. You pick the handicapper. I've been doing this for the past couple of weeks. I've been doing it for months and months and months, and then I just stopped doing it because I was doing the half-price play of the day, which was a phenomenal success the first 2 months I did it because, Christ, the half-price play of the day hit a near 75% clip. But of late, it hasn't been nearly as successful because many of the handicappers have not been nearly as successful. Makes it a lot harder for me to pick somebody who I think is going to be a great candidate for a half-price play of the day release when some of the guys are in slumps. So this way I put the onus on you. And you can save $36 off the single purchase today, whether it's a handicapper's pick, a handicapper's package. The choice is yours simply by using code SAVE36, S-A-V-E, and the number 36. Now, you know for a number of days it's been $35, but today it's $36. Why? Because I felt like it. Save 36. Save 36. That's promotion number 1. Promotion number 2 is the $5 play of the day, which, of course, unfortunately went 0-2 yesterday, and I was one of the guilty parties. But it has really been a cool promotion. It gives you an opportunity to sample the plays of various handicappers out there that maybe you don't normally get their selections because about 80 to 85% of you are actually involved in long-term packages with various handicappers. So again, for $5 you get their play. And today I was turning to Brad Wilton. Brad today has his Western Conference total of the year, and it is his second biggest playoff release period, side, series, or total selection. Second biggest playoff pick. Normally it's a $60 play. You get it for $5 simply by using coupon BRAD5, B-R-A-D, and the number 5. Now, getting back to something more serious, something that I really love doing here. It's the charity play of the week. Guys, if you're a newcomer, you should be aware that I started this program back in March of 2012. Once a week, I give you the play of a top handicapper and a top selection for free. If that play wins the following day, quid pro quo, I ask you to make a donation, whether it's anonymous or not, the amount of the donation, that's all up to you, to a charity, to a family, to an organization, somebody that needs some type of financial assistance. Because I believe there's some greater good that we can create through this thing that we call gambling. And hell, guys, it doesn't hurt to bring a little positive karma in your life. The mailman doesn't deliver it Monday through Saturday. It just doesn't work that way. The charity play of the week has been phenomenally successful. We have helped so many people. We have created a community of caregivers. You and I, we have created that community of caregivers helping others. I have personally given out $1.9 million worth of plays. That's the cost to me. $1.9 million a place since I started this in March of 2012. You have contributed well over $100,000 easily to various families and charities and organizations along the way. Charity Play of the Week winner, number 13 out of 15, is going today, and I'm turning to myself because I am the hottest baseball handicapper at the site, other than, Chris Jordan's on a nice run too, but I have a big play today. And it's a 15-dime release, which may not sound big compared to some guys, but 99% of my plays are rated between 5 and 15 dimes. And this play matches the biggest baseball play of my career. And it's a run line underdog, okay? It goes on the daytime card. I'm 17-7 with these 15-dime releases so far this season, including 11-3 the past 4 weeks. And going for Charity Play of the Week winner, number 13 out of 15, I am 4-1 personally, putting myself on the line with these selections. You will get my play today, which normally costs $65 for free, by using my last name and the number 65, DeMarco65. You enter that in there as the coupon, you will get the play for free. If it wins tomorrow, I ask you to make a donation. If it loses, well, guys, there's no guarantees. This is gambling after all, and you can't really be bitching and moaning considering, again, the Charity Play of the Week, a play I'm giving you for free, is going for winning week number 13 out of 15. Another guy who has been equally red hot has been Craig Davis. He did it again yesterday. Hit his 100-dime winner, number 15 out of 19, as Indiana came back, held on, whatever, for the cover against the Knicks last night. Now, did he lose the smaller play on the total? Yes, he did. But here's the bottom line. $10 bettors have already won $4,770 in the playoffs following Craig's betting advice. And today, he has 50-dime winner, number 10 out of 15 on the Memphis-San Antonio side. Craig was a perfect 8-0 with his selections in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs involving the Grizzlies. Side plays, total plays, even a series play on Memphis in round number 2 against Oklahoma City. A perfect 8-0. And in all sports combined, since November, $10 bettors have won $8,885. So that's something you should be aware of today. Chris Jordan, FYI, I mentioned him earlier. Oh, am I going to hear from him after doing that? Again, remember, guys, Chris Jordan, Pitbull. I mean, that is eerie, isn't it? Chris Jordan, baseball winner, number 9 of 11 today. Let's see, $1 bettors are up, $1,600 and some dollars over the past 3.5 weeks. They're up nearly over $3,300 the past 7 weeks. And in baseball alone, $1 bettors following Chris Jordan's advice have won $14,417 going back to 2009. Okay, let's get to your free pick today. The free pick is going to be in baseball. I'll talk about that first, and then we'll go over to the NBA. In baseball, I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Reds as the $1.35 favorite at Philadelphia today, hoping that game does not get rained out in Philadelphia. I'm going to go with Homer Bailey, who ended a 6-start winless stretch by dominating the Miami Marlins like everybody else does in his most recent outing at Miami, firing a 6-hitter, striking out 10 batters, going the distance in a 6-2 win in South Florida on Tuesday. Now, did throw a career-high 125 pitches in that contest, so that, plus the possibility of rain, does have me a little bit worried about the Reds, but the fact is, Bailey already faced Philadelphia once this season. It was back on April 16th at home. He struck out 10 in 8 innings of 2-hit shutout ball, a game that Cincinnati eventually won, 1-0 on a walk-off winner. Philadelphia is going with the rookie Pettibone, Jonathan Pettibone here, making his he's made 5 starts already. He is 3-0 in those starts with a 3.41 earned run average. But listen, Philly's bullpen is awful. Their pitcher today, his career high is 6 1/3 innings in his last start against Cleveland, okay? The Phillies yesterday lost 10-0 after taking the series opener 5-3. The Phillies have lost 7 of their last 11 at home. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati team is averaging 6.3 runs and hitting .342 with runners in scoring position here in their last 8 games, of which they've won 7 of those 8. And they're 4-1 on their current road trip. So I'm going to go with the Reds in this game today. Now, let's talk about the Spurs and the Memphis Grizzlies. Obviously, there's a lot of sentiment to back Memphis. We all saw what Memphis did against Oklahoma City, yada, yada, yada. But let me just play devil's advocate here for just a moment. Remember, every single one of those games in the Memphis-Oklahoma City series came down to the final 2 minutes of play. Remember, Memphis dominated Oklahoma City, dominated by taking the series in 5 games against an Oklahoma City team that had to be sitting there going, especially the front office, why the hell did we get rid of James Harden? We got Kevin Martin. This guy's a stiff. and they were playing without Russell Westbrook. So it wasn't exactly the Oklahoma City Thunder that we were accustomed to seeing, but still, Memphis got the job done, just like Memphis got the job done in series number 1 against the LA Clippers. Meanwhile, the San Antonio Spurs, you saw how they struggled to dispose of the Golden State Warriors in 6 games. San Antonio's anywhere from a 4 to a 5-point favorite here today. If they were a solid 4, I'd really probably like San Antonio a lot more than I'm about to tell you, but I still do like the Spurs here in this particular contest. Listen, this is a team that regular season and postseason combined is 39-7 straight up at home. Remember, Memphis came out of the blocks here to start the postseason, getting blown out at the Staples Center against the Clippers in game number 1. Remember, they lost that game by 21 points. Remember game number 1 at Oklahoma City? What happened there? They were in command of that game from start to finish, and then in the final minute and a half, total collapse, lost the game straight up 93-91. Spurs, you think this veteran team has forgotten what happened last year when they took a 2-0 lead in the Western Conference Final against the Thunder, only to lose the next 4 games? Do you remember in 2011 when Memphis was the number 8 seed against the top-rated Spurs in the first round, and Memphis won the first game at San Antonio and took that series in 6 games? I mean, the key in terms of matchups here, can Tony Parker, who is smaller than Mike Conley, do the job defensively on Conley? Can Conley carry the Grizzlies offensively as a third viable scoring option behind Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol? Gasol and Randolph, obviously a dominant duo on the boards and in the paint here. Will Tim Duncan be able to get the job done here on a regular basis in this series? But more importantly, I think, is the play of Tiago Splitter, who came back from the ankle injury, really didn't play that well in the Golden State series until the final game of that series on Thursday night, had his best game of the postseason. He, to me, is one of the keys in this contest. All in all, I'm looking at this, and I think the popular sentiment, probably among gamblers and the betting public, God, I got to grab Memphis plus the points. And listen, it might be the way to go. I'm just telling you, it's not a game that I'm betting, okay? But I personally think San Antonio is actually the way to go in game number 1 here, considering Memphis, how they've come out flat in the first 2 road games to open their first 2-round series, how the Spurs got their wake-up call a little bit by Golden State, especially in game number 1. Remember when they fell down and had to overcome a 16-point deficit in the final 4 minutes of regulation to force double overtime, where they eventually won 129-127. And the other thing that I think that, although you have to say Memphis has the definitive advantage in terms of their size, you got to look at this San Antonio team in terms of their scoring potential and their depth. Memphis doesn't have any of that, okay? It's a thin rotation, very little scoring punch. In terms of regular season meetings, remember 3 of the first 4 meetings between these two teams were played before Memphis really blew up their team and traded Rudy Gay and got Tayshaun Prince back. Changed the whole demeanor of that team. When Memphis did win the final regular season meeting, keep in mind the Spurs did not have Tim Duncan. He was being rested in that game. They did not have Manu Ginobili. And somebody else, Squally Leonard, was also out. And Leonard has just been a revelation. I think he's been a double-figure scorer in every single postseason game, and what lockdown defense he played against the Warriors, too. So, again, I like the Spurs here. That's my personal opinion. Good luck, guys, and I'll catch you again tomorrow.